Greetings YouTube, welcome to 0AD Newbie Rush. I'm Jim Kogan, it's midweek duel time and we have a bit of a stonker for you today. One familiar player, one not so familiar player. Let's have a look. It's a medium, or I think it's normal actually, normal size mainland map. It's the temperate biome. And in the north of the map, in the blue, very familiar face on Newbie Rush, it's Let's Have a Book, rated 1712, playing as the Macedonians. We last saw Let's Have a Book coming off worse to, I think it was Andre 92 in a midweek duel a few weeks back. Very out of character performance for Let's Have a Book, it has to be said. Playing as Macedonians today and looking to right the wrongs of that previous game. We'll see how they do. I know, obviously, Let's Have a Book rating of 1712 is no doubt a decent player. Was very surprised by how they succumb in that game to Andre 92, so it'll be interesting to see what they do differently. Thus far they've gone for a fairly standard opening. No farmstead, but they have got no farmstead and no storehouse, so they've gone for numbers, going direct to the resources closest to the base. Extra cav, 3 of them collecting the chickens, so possibly a cav centric approach could be in the offing here. Macedonian cav in the early stages, not too bad at all. Let's have a look in the south of the map. In the red, player I know nothing about. This is Champion. Champion with full stops between each letter. Champion unrated. Know nothing about Champion. Champion could be a bit of a ringer, could be a well-known player with a second account. Who knows? Champion has gone for a more traditional approach. We have a farmstead, we have the berry upgrade, we have a small number of women, 6 of them there, collecting berries. Everybody else has gone north and is focusing on this one wood line. The wood lines here, there's a good one on the side and smaller clump over here. It's an odd one. If you go straight for the northern wood line, then you have to diversify sideways after about sort of 5 minutes or so, and your momentum forward can struggle. But there is good resources just to the side, lots of stone and metal on this side of the map. I believe it's a balanced mainland map actually, so we should see similar for Let's Have a Book. Let's see. So there's stone there and stone just beyond, metal on the side. I think I prefer Champion's approach. We're seeing Let's Have a Book has sent his cav out on, are they going after this lone cavalryman who's scouting here? So yeah, 5 cav out for Let's Have a Book, slightly behind on population, 27 plays 30, but he has made those additional cavalry guys. And interesting, he's got 1 tracking the scout and the other 4 coming in here are their soft targets. There are obviously the women down the bottom, 11 of them, I think he's found them. And 12 of them up top, no additional infantry. This could be a slaughter if he doesn't get them to safety and react really quick. They're stood static and they've not gone for it. They're taking, there was sitting targets there. This looks like a very elaborate scouting mission. I don't understand why he didn't try and pop off a few early targets there. This 1 cav unit scouted all the way through, so this is interesting. Is he going to try and basically take out all of his cavalry? I don't quite know what the plan here is. They all seem to be changing formation. Is he looking for the easiest of targets? So they're not going for it. That's a strange one. So no kills yet. I think he's going to lose one. They seem almost reluctant to hunt down targets. They're not engaging. This is the most curious cavalry rush I think I've ever seen. Is he just trying? Is this a distraction of some sort? It's a bit early for distraction. I suppose it might be trying to gain tempo. It has taken all of these units of champions out of the action. In the meantime, they're getting a little bit thin on the ground on that 1 wood line. They haven't started another one, although there is a small amount of wood gathering here. No food production. Makes you wonder quite what Champion is doing. Now he moves to farming. So if we go up top, we can see farming is already established here, although we have an idle citizen.
Yes.
One idle woman for Let's Have a Book. That's not good. These Cav, they've been joined by some others now. There's 8 of them. So I think we're going to see progressive harassment as they then do the exact opposite and head back home. Interesting.
Yes.
Not sure about this approach from Champion. I think he's building up his infantry now. All of the food is coming from berries. He has now put on a full farming quota, whereas if we have a look, farming's proceeding a lot slower here for Let's Have a Book. But Let's Have a Book has a bigger float of food, still utilising the berries, so much more progressive food collection. The horses have come back in.
Yes,
all in good health. Nobody's lost anything yet. Are they going to do any hunting? There is hunt nearby. So yeah, they're off hunting, I suspect. So early incursions, mostly just a scouting exercise. If we look at populations, it's 43 for Let's Have a Book, place 51 for Champion. And if we look at the breakdown of units, small infantry advantage to Champion, cavalry advantage to Let's Have a Book, but mostly female citizens and slightly more of them for Champion. And more idle citizens for Let's Have a Book. This is unusual, especially so close to the base. Now they're about to, maybe they were just waiting to get enough resources to do that. If we look at the makeup of the troops, melee troops seem to be making up the majority at the moment. Nobody going in for ranged. The Gauls don't have... Yeah, the Champion's playing as the Gauls. They don't have archers, so it'll be skirmishes, maybe later slingers. Nobody looking like phasing up ultra early, which is quite sensible. And hunting going on. I like the infrastructure of Let's Have a Book's position a lot more. I think it is one that is prone for faster growth. 7 minutes and 5 seconds. They've both been quite sluggish in their population levels. I can understand Let's Have a Book's levels dropping off because he has made some additional cav and is now utilising them to get food. But the production queues, they are now starting to ramp up. 8 units coming out for Champion. Just had 6 and now 5 coming out for Let's Have a Book. We look at the scouting, you can see Let's Have a Book has been pretty much everywhere apart from this right flank, whereas I don't think Champion has done anywhere near as much. He's had a look at the left flank as well. This is all dead areas, not seen anything of the base. So in terms of what they will know about each other, Let's Have a Book will have a much wider idea of what Champion is doing. Presumably Champion is looking to expand to the left-hand side. Lots of untapped hunt over here. And it's ticking over. It's ticking over. Champion's still with that 10-unit lead. It's got more female citizens, got more infantry. So it's interesting. It's delicately poised. The cav are out again. Still the same 8. And I think they could be on for some kills here if they go left right now. They aren't. They are just hanging fire there.
Yes.
Difficult to know where they could cause the damage. If they knew about this concentration of women over here, I'm sure they'd go in for that. They're once again, and now they're engaging. I think that's going to be 1 kill straight away, 2 kills possibly. Yeah, there we go. So both cavalry of Champion have been taken out in one swift move, and I think he's now going to come in on the women over here. They're very tentative. Is he deciding he's... Let's Have a Book as pot capped himself on a limit of 80, so that's not great play. Champion is still running away with it in terms of numbers and in resources. He's stockpiling. No sign of phasing yet. I would say this is the kind of time you would expect people to start phasing up. More kills, an additional kill here, 3 and no losses. And the women have all been withdrawn and the infantry are now chasing them again. And a huge commitment to following them, and then they all back off. And they're pretty close now. Those front lines are pretty close. How many barracks has each side got? That's one there and one there. So 2 barracks set up for Let's Have a Book, whose production is really ramping up now. He's up to a population of 80. So he's still 20 odd behind. But the I don't know. It's an advantage that he's got, and I do like his infrastructure, but the numbers are definitely with Champion. Champion's starting the town phase. Just the 1 barracks at the moment for Champion. Has he got stables or anything? No, no additional buildings. So very open base. Whereas there is a much more defensive look to Let's Have a Book space. Let's Have a Book's pop capped himself at 100 again now. So making quite a lot of newbie type mistakes. There is a house coming up. Both are producing in high levels. The Cav are back out again. Are they going to do more harassment? Populations have almost equalised now. That huge outpouring of players from Let's Have a Book. He's up to 100 now. Still a deficit on infantry. 50% more infantry for Champion nearly. And Champion's reached phase 2. So he's reached, they've brought it back from a slow start. They've both sort of caught up with the clock a bit. And is this a soft target down here? There are 10 infantry guys in there and 11 women. I think he's going to take some losses now. He's hit and run, lost a horse. And no additional from that. What's on the other side? No women at all over there. It's all infantry. The women are down here. So they're heading back to farms. He's attempting to capture houses. So this will hurt Champion's infrastructure. It's distraction techniques. It's more harassment. Maybe a tower, a sentry tower, a watchtower in the middle here would kind of stop that. Not seeing any phase 2 buildings going up at all from... Actually, there is a stable, but that's not necessarily a phase 2 building at all, but no traditional phase 2 buildings. Let's Have a Book has started the town phase, so he went on 11 minutes 46 seconds, so quite slow, but population-wise he's where he's expected to be. Kills haven't really been a factor. He's going for another house here. It's going to get that capture, and I don't think Champion has noticed that house is destroyed. Hasn't made a lot of difference to that pop max. Still got 25 population headroom there, so more of a distraction. And that they're bringing people straight across. It's a big distraction. They're running out of wood over here, so they're having to go to another wood line. We did say this at the beginning that the wood lines could cause a problem. Now is this? Now I thought Champion was going to bite and actually follow it up, but he's not. Phase 2 building is definitely happening for Let's Have a Book. I think he is going to rip through phase 2, strengthen his troops, and try and flatten Champion. And the signs are that that is very possible. We are not seeing the necessary phase 2 structures from... We're seeing farms up here. That's... Why would you put them there? You really... That's a huge farming infrastructure. Why on earth has he gone in for that many? Lots of stables. Obviously he wants a huge influx of food. It's quite curious. If we have a look what farming upgrades, none have really been taken. So why going with that many farmers? And again, we're seeing huge numbers being diverted to a wood line down here. Rather than building from the back and pushing forward, they started at the front and are pushing sideways. The infrastructure for Let's Have a Book looks a lot more solid. And a lot closer to get into phase 3 first. Let's see how far he is. So just one entity of phase 2 building required. The tower gone up, so looking pretty impenetrable. The Cav are going in again, more distraction. Trying to build a blacksmith right on the edge there. It's not a... I don't think it's a mature approach from Champion. He is now getting those phase 2 buildings down here, and he has got... He's absolutely spammed out a whole load of cav. no doubt Let's Have a Book would be aware of this. I don't know, unless he's upgraded them. He's only just put the blacksmith down. Has he done any of the cav upgrades? None at all. Making a lot of them. I don't think he's going to find many soft targets. There are women dotted around. He's going the very long way around with all this calves, 20 of them. The first thing he's going to run into is the miners. There's spearmen and a few, a few palasts there, but they're getting engaged over here. They're not attacking as a unit, so... yeah, not fantastic all the time though. Yeah, Let's Have a Book is very close to going to phase 3. He's just literally waiting on small amounts of stone and metal. Could probably buy that at the market in one go. This would be the side he should have gone for if he'd have known. 33 women and not a lot of cover over there. Instead, they're going in on the fields. He's trying to get kills. Let's Have a Book does have a bit of a lower food stock, and kills definitely happen there. 7 in one go, and this could be disastrous if he runs through here. The amount of soft targets, he's found them all. This could be a slaughter. So Let's Have a Book has got something quite serious to think about here. The kills are piling up. 15, 18, 19, 21, 22. Oh my goodness. So this is not going well for Let's Have a Book in this respect. 33 kills. But Let's Have a Book is starting the city phase. It's still going on. 37 kills, placed just 8 or 9. I think he's made his point. 40 kills, he should pull all those cav out. 43, he's now starting to lose them. There's only a handful left, 6 left. I think you'd want to try and get those out of there. They're certainly giving a good account of them. They're not getting new kills now. They're being slaughtered. So soon this will be all over. Yeah, the last couple of red cavalry units are there. And that was interesting. It's ended 47 kills to 22. I think having done that initial charge, he should have pulled them all out and harassed elsewhere. There are still women in other places. It has not, you would have to say, really affected Let's Have a Book too much. They've got similar amounts of infantry. Champion has got a lot of cavalry left, and there is a bit of a strike back going on straight away. They're now competing for this same area. I think Tower on the Edge here would be quite good. Yeah, there you go, he heard me. And that's going to be Siege Workshop. And remarkably, Champion has not phased up. He is in the process, but he is behind. He is going to be facing siege long before he's made any. So, Lone Priest over there by Let's Have a Book. And Let's Have a Book now, his production has ramped straight back up. So any deficit he had is going to rapidly disappear. 34 being produced by Champion. Is that all cav? I'm not sure what he's producing. Or where from. Yeah, there go a whole load of cav. He's now got 37 of them. Has he done any upgrades on them? So he's got 2 blacksmiths and he's done no upgrades whatsoever. That's weird. Has he upgraded from the stables? No. So these are fairly bog standard troops. Fortress not going up there. Is he building a siege workshop elsewhere? No. So this is quite an incursion now by Let's Have a Book, and a huge army chases him away. Are they going to overcommit? We know there is a champion crossbowman coming out of the siege workshop. Suddenly, Let's Have a Book has a slightly different problem. There's an enormous army closing in. And look at the size of this full-on conflict here. 23 women in there, so the numbers are a bit flattering for... which way is it going? Kill-wise, we're still seeing Champion get more kills. 60, 70 now, place 36. So they are proving to be more efficient. Has that champion crossbowman come out? He has. So that will be helping. It's 91 plays 52 kills. But let's have a look. He's somewhat short of troops. He's down to a population of 160. That crossbowman is probably going to get taken out. So this is a problem. I think Champion is dealing with this quite well. I do not know how this game is going to go. I keep expecting Let's Have a Book to pull something tactically masterful out of the bag. But it's made, again, one or two interesting, I wouldn't say miscalculations, but it's just not gone his way quite a lot. And the enemy has found where the female citizens are and the weaknesses. Are they going to capture a tower? There's only 3 troops in there. They're going to lose a tower. So this is going really badly at this stage for Let's Have a Book. He's got to do something pretty spectacular to turn this around. He's 100 population down. He's only got half the infantry. 60 cav are marauding around in amongst them. And they aren't... what is it? They're a mix of cavalry, swordsmen and javelineers. So it's a good balance of army that Champion has built up. All without really bothering with siege. There is another temple going up. Still no upgrades despite having those two blacksmiths there. But yeah, what's going down here? Fortress being built in the middle, and I think it's going to get denied. I don't think they're going to have time to finish it, are they? It's nearly there. If they could have denied that, that would have been quite a thing. It's almost certainly going up now. There it is. Nobody in it at the moment. He could really do with garrisoning that. Instead, he's losing more victims. So a period of occupation going on here for chap. He's got another tower here. Champion gets those 2 towers sorted and garrisoned. He's garrisoned that one. This one, he's already garrisoned. It's been converted to a full tower. They're trying to capture it back. But Let's Have a Book in desperate, desperate trouble. He has got a fortress up. There's nobody in it, so it's not contributing. He has got a fully garrisoned tower over here, which is laying into these guys. But the losses he's taking are incredible. It's 167 kills now for Champion. 168 is 97. Let's Have a Book is not getting the kills at the moment. He is being worn down. He's holding his population round about the 150 to 160 mark. But I'm really not liking Let's Have a Book's position at this point. I think it's Champions to lose. If has he gone all in on this though? Has he not got enough resources to he's got to produce some siege if he's going to go ahead and win this. He's got quite a lot of troops here that are not building anything. He could be building siege workshop. I would say that would be a requirement. 271 plays 149. He is trying to capture some infrastructure here. This is a good move. Gets one of the barracks, that would be handy. Maybe take down a few of the houses while he's there. He's got the barracks. Is he going to destroy it? Or is he looking to keep hold of it? He has destroyed it. So they're gathering infrastructure all the time. And there seems to be precious little. Only 25 infantry left for Let's Have a Book. He's got this, surely.
Yes, see?
Champions produced Vercingetorix, the hero. But where is the decisive knockdown blow coming from? Is he going to try and win this without siege? It's a brave move if he is. He's certainly got a stranglehold on this game. And I simply cannot see what... oh, he's resigned. Let's Have a Book has resigned. Well, I am surprised. We spoke at the start of that game. Let's come out of this a minute. I'm really, really surprised. Now, Let's Have a Book himself submitted that game. We did say a few weeks ago that most of the time people who submit games end up on the winning side. So credit to Let's Have a Book for sort of handing this one in. I think it's impressive. But yeah, quite a solid defeat there. I think credit has to be given to Champion. He was always kind of ahead in that. Let's have a roundup of everything, see how it went down. So Champion, score of 9,358, place 6,815. And if we look at how the populations were grown, I think we'll see that Champion always had the edge, and it widened up here as Let's Have a Book started coming off worse on their conflicts. At no point really did I think that there was that cavalry attack where I think that was probably the decisive play. Champion went in there and absolutely slaughtered that infantry. And then you'd have to say that attack at the end, following straight into Champion's territory. Champion had the numbers, so it was only going one way without any siege made whatsoever. Champion just had a stranglehold on that game. I happen to think that Let's Have a Book did not play a great one there. I think he had his infrastructure in place. He didn't defend his female citizens on that flank, and obviously Champion decided that Cav was the way to go, and he got a bit lucky. He ran straight into them. All the same, I think he committed them for too long and lost all those horses, but the damage was done. I don't think Let's Have a Book was ever back in it. I'm actually saying that again. I reckon that one was probably the it's hard to tell which of these dips it was, because Champion did lose it. It must have been that one. They both rebounded in terms of population, and then it just went wrong after that. The sheer numbers through the middle. Let's Have a Book did not have the infrastructure to withstand that attack. Lost quite a few buildings up the front line, and it was pretty disastrous. Let's have a look at the old kill death ratio, 2.23 to 1 for Champion. So always much more lethal. I don't think he got any of the upgrades. It was just finding the easy targets, attacking with numbers. Killed 230 and only lost 103. Outproduced in infantry, certainly outproduced in cav. That was quite a phenomenal bit of cavalry production in phase 3 by Champion. So credit where it's due. It was a comprehensive victory. Let's Have a Book not really in that game, to be honest. All that early momentum with all the horses didn't really harass properly. Certainly didn't. Let's have a look at their resource gathering. So it moved around, but for quite a lot. Champion's resource gathering was vastly superior. So yeah, it's interesting. So outproduced, outscored, outkilled comprehensively on every metric. Champion was the better player there. Congratulations to Champion. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to be notified of future episodes. If you'd like one of your matches featured on the show, see the video description of how you can submit your replays. And if you can't wait for the next episode, then why not check out these playlists in the end titles for more replays, commentary, and tutorials on 0 AD Newbie Rush. I'll see you in the next video.